Malaysian woman painter Yau Bee Ling sees her practice as an extension of her life journey. Her paintings echo the twists and turns of her emotional state of mind as she is confronted by the challenges of a life lived. Throughout her 25-year career as an artist, each series is always an evolution from her previous visual language. Early in her career, Yau Bee Ling was particularly known for her family series, which started in 1995. These figurative paintings depict intimate family portraits and daily domestic scenes. As you can see, the figures gathered around dinner tables have exaggerated head proportions. Their features were painted with almost childlike simplicity rather than a realistic style, taking her inspiration from painters Peter Blake and Stanley Spencer. It is overall a series that revolves around the context of home, portraying her relationship with her siblings, parents, and other family members. One would notice a significant change in her paintings as she got married and moved out from her family home. Settling down with her husband, with only the two of them living in their new home, she started to feel a certain loneliness compared to how she used to be surrounded by her family members. Therefore, in contrast to her previous series, On Moving Out and Moving In shows no presence of human being at all. There is an absence of figure in the series as she shifts her focus to painting everyday objects instead, from cooking utensils to houseplants, consistently depicting the notion of home, yet through a different approach. Through the elimination of human figures in her paintings, she highlights the void that she felt in her everyday life, and with this comes her yearning for motherhood, the desire to become a mother, which later on came true. With the birth of her first child, a new style of work started to materialize slowly. As she was taking care of her baby, paying full attention on him, she felt taken by the facial expressions of her child and was inspired to paint portraits. Her Portraits of Paradox series, painted in 2008, reveals a new level of maturity in her work due to the changes that she experienced on a personal level. At first sight, one would notice bold outlines forming large portraits of anonymous faces. However, as you observe the paintings closer, you will begin to notice other faces concealed behind the first image. These multi-layered paintings revolve around the artist's exploration regarding the complexities of human personality and relationship. Most of the time, we only show what we want others to see. The truth is, behind every smile lies an untold story. Yau Bee Ling continues her early narratives and signature style of using vibrant colors through the Women series, which was painted in 2013. These paintings depict her personal shift from one identity to another, from single woman to wife to mother. From being a desirable young woman that she was, to becoming less of what the society dictates her to be. Some paintings highlight figures of these young, attractive women, while others portray different scenes of mother, caring for a child, underlining the multiple roles of being a woman. Each step forward in this winding road leads to the woman that she is today. Recurring motif of hands is repeated throughout her 2016 series called By Hands. In some of the paintings, large outlines of clasped hands foreground the canvas, while in others, grasping hands are juxtaposed in the background. The work reflects a deeply personal journey where the artist acted as a caretaker for a father who suffered various chronic illness. This experience has led her to an acceptance of the unknown. As she said, living with the unknown is part of the knowing. Finally, her most recent series, Interwoven Terrains, painted in 2019, can be viewed as a turning point in both her life and artistic practice. Having gone through a spectrum of emotions following her father's passing, she shifted to nature in order to find peace and gain new perspectives on life. In contrast with her previous series, the The color palette here remains bright throughout, representing positivity and new beginning. If you take a look closer at some of her paintings, you would also notice a hint of blue sky on the top part of the canvases, symbolizing guidance and new hope. Some of the paintings are diptychs, a line would separate two canvases that are placed next to one another, symbolizing the shift from one phase of life to another. The act of moving on from the past and becoming a better version of ourselves. This line serves as a scar that reminds us that although some things could not be undone, we should still learn to accept life as a whole. This work is cathartic, something that has served to purify and heal her, an awakening and revival.